The arena went dead silent, and then it exploded. Not because of a title change, not because of a betrayal, but because a legend looked another legend in the eyes and told him his career would live forever. And if you blinked, if you hesitated, if you weren't fully locked in during Raw on February 23rd, 2026, you missed one of the most powerful, emotional, and controversial moments in modern WWE history. The Undertaker informing AJ Styles that he'll be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Let that sink in. And here's the question that's already dividing the entire WWE Universe. Did AJ Styles truly deserve it, or is this induction happening too soon? Drop your answer in the comments right now before we even break this down. Yes or no? Because what happened on Raw wasn't just a feel-good segment. It was layered. It was intense. It was uncomfortable. It was symbolic. And it might have quietly changed the perception of both men forever. The lights dimmed. You know that feeling? That uneasy silence. The kind where the crowd doesn't cheer right away, they wait. Then the gong hit, and you could feel the air get sucked out of the building. The Undertaker didn't rush. He never rushes. Every step was deliberate. Every breath felt calculated. The crowd wasn't just reacting, they were respecting. But here's what made this different. There was no rivalry, no coffin, no mind games. This wasn't the Deadman coming to collect a soul. This was a legend walking out to honor another. But was it really that simple? Before we answer that, let's rewind. Because this moment didn't happen in a vacuum. AJ Styles' journey in WWE has been anything but predictable. When he debuted, people doubted whether the Phenomenal One would truly thrive under the WWE spotlight. Indie darling, global star. But could he adapt to the machine? He didn't just adapt. He conquered. Multiple world championships. Classic matches. Career-defining rivalries. Reinvention after reinvention. Quick question for you. What was AJ Styles' best WWE match of all time? Drop the opponent in the comments. But even with all that, Hall of Fame conversations usually start when a superstar is clearly at the twilight of their career. AJ Styles? He's still competing, still delivering, still showing flashes of that explosive brilliance. So when Undertaker stood in that ring and called him out, there was tension. Not hostility. Tension. AJ came out to a massive reaction. You could see it on his face. Curiosity mixed with caution. Because let's not forget their history isn't ordinary. WrestleMania. The Boneyard Match. A cinematic war that blurred the lines between reality and storytelling. They didn't just wrestle. They buried each other metaphorically. And now here they were, face to face again. But this time, no graveyard. No fire. No trash talk. Just two men. Undertaker spoke first. Slow. Measured. Heavy. He talked about legacy. About respect. About earning your place. He didn't throw compliments casually. Every word felt earned. He admitted something that shocked people. He said AJ Styles pushed him. He said AJ Styles forced him to evolve. Let that hit you. The Undertaker, a man who defined eras, saying someone else pushed him. When was the last time you heard that? And then came the line that detonated the arena. At this year's WWE Hall of Fame, it would be my honor to induct AJ Styles. The crowd erupted. AJ froze. Not because he didn't expect praise, but because this is finality territory. Hall of Fame means legacy secured. It means your story is being wrapped in gold trim and preserved. And AJ looked conflicted. Did you notice that? He smiled, but it wasn't a full smile. He nodded, but he didn't immediately embrace it.
Why?
Because this wasn't just an honor. It was a statement. And statements in WWE always have layers. Here's something I want you to think about and answer honestly in the comments. Should active wrestlers be inducted into the Hall of Fame, or should it only be after retirement? Because AJ Styles being inducted while still capable of tearing the house down raises huge questions. Is this WWE acknowledging his contributions early? Or are they subtly signaling the beginning of the end? The Undertaker continued. He talked about respect earned the hard way, about flying across the world, about proving doubters wrong, about carrying companies on your back. It felt like he was describing AJ's entire pre-WWE and WWE journey without directly naming it. Then he said something even more powerful. He said legacy isn't about how many championships you win. It's about how many lives you change. The camera cut to AJ's face. You could see it hit him. This wasn't storyline hype. This was personal. AJ finally spoke. And here's where things got real. He thanked Undertaker, but not in a fanboy way. In a peer-to-peer way. He acknowledged their history. The Boneyard Battle. The respect forged in combat. But then he said something subtle that most people might have missed. He said, "I'm not done yet." The crowd popped. And that line matters. Because it reframes everything. This isn't a retirement tour. This isn't a farewell run. This is recognition mid-war. And that's rare. When was the last time WWE did something like this? Think about it. Usually, Hall of Fame announcements come when the boots are already untied for the last time. But this felt like a passing of acknowledgement without passing the torch. And some fans are furious. I've seen the comments already. Too early. He hasn't retired. This cheapens it. But does it? Let's break that down. AJ Styles has done it all. World titles. Tag gold. United States Championship. Main event pay-per-views. Delivered match of the year contenders consistently. He carried SmackDown during transitional years. He made mid-card titles feel main event worthy. He elevated opponents. He reinvented himself multiple times. So, if not now, when? Is there a rule book that says Hall of Fame must equal retirement? Or is that just tradition? Trivial question time. How many world championships has AJ Styles won in WWE? Drop the number below without Googling it. Back to the moment. After AJ accepted, and yes, he accepted, there was a handshake. But it wasn't quick. It lingered. Undertaker held on a second longer than expected. And the crowd felt it. Because that wasn't just respect. That was closure. Not of AJ's career, but of their story. The Boneyard chapter is officially sealed. And here's the wild part. This moment elevated both men. It didn't feel like Undertaker overshadowing AJ. It felt like equal ground. That's hard to pull off when one of them is literally a myth inside wrestling history. But here's the deeper layer nobody's talking about. This induction announcement changes how AJ is perceived from this moment forward. Every match he wrestles now carries Hall of Famer energy. Every promo has added weight. Every loss, it stings differently. Every win, it feels legendary. That's pressure. And AJ thrives under pressure. But is WWE setting him up for one last epic run? Or is this the calm before a final storm? Because think about timing. WrestleMania season. Hall of Fame season. Big moments. Big narratives. Is it possible that this announcement is leading to something bigger? Maybe one final marquee rivalry. Maybe one last championship chase. Maybe even a symbolic final test. Who would you want AJ Styles to face in a dream final WrestleMania match? Name that opponent in the comments. Now, let's talk about Undertaker's involvement. He didn't need this segment. His legacy is cemented. So why him? Promise that the Hall of Fame isn't a period. It's a comma. More to come. And that might be the scariest part for the roster. Because a motivated, respected, Hall of Fame-bound AJ Styles? That's dangerous. So, here's the final big question. Does this induction elevate AJ's remaining career? Or does it subtly cap it? Because perception changes everything. And perception just shifted massively. The Undertaker walked out. The lights dimmed again. AJ stood alone in the ring. Crowd chanting his name. And for a moment you could see it. Reflection. Gratitude. Fire. That's not the look of someone finished. That's the look of someone ready to prove why the honor was deserved. And whether you agree with the timing or not, you watched. You reacted. You felt something. That's what wrestling at its best does. It makes you care. So now I want to hear from you. Did this moment give you chills? Did it feel premature? Or did it feel perfectly timed? And most importantly, What is the legacy of AJ Styles in WWE? Because February 23rd, 2026 wasn't just another Raw. It was the night legacy was spoken into existence. And we're all still arguing about it, which means it mattered. And if it made you feel something, good or angry, share this with another wrestling fan and see where they stand. Because debates like this, they're what keep the ring rumbling.